Good morning. A good night's sleep. Now it's time for work.
Why are there dog paw prints all over the floor, Hanako?
That's Tin and Tina's. They came to get some flowers.
The dogs belonging to the girl you told me about?
Yep. Tin is super smart. Rin trained him to walk Tina on a leash, so they came together.
If she trained them to wear slippers, that would have been fantastic. But that's asking too much of dogs, I guess. Well, the mess isn't going to clean itself. Here I go.
I'll do it. You shouldn't strain your back.
Indeed. Thanks, dear.
You're welcome. Are you going out today, too?
Yeah, got some errands to run. Shouldn't take long, though.
Bye, then.
Bye, dear. I'll be back soon.
Wow, neighbor! Wow! Wow!
What is it, Aya? I went to WoW, too.
It's just, look at that! Unbelievable! Fantastic! Stellar! Wow!
What is it? Why are you circling around me like that? Whoa! Please stop. All this spinning is making my head whirl.
Hanako, let me translate. Aya is jealous over that young man who came out of your shop recently.
Oh my gosh. Yohei, all this fuss is about him?
I tried calming her down, but it only made things worse.
Girls, he'll be moving far, far away soon. His only contact with me might be through letters.
Ooh, so you'll have a long-distance relationship? That does sound romantic, Hanako. Will you let us read what he writes to you?
What? Sayuri, you too?
Oh, and let's write back to him together. I'll draw some flowers on the paper to add a lovely touch. He'll like it. And I'll share some of my favorite bubblegum for your wedding. Hanako, come dance with us so we can practice for the ceremony. Come on, neighbor. Move your arm, move your leg. This way, that way.
All right. This way and that way.
You're so clumsy, neighbor.
Sorry, girls. I can't quite move that way.
Well, at least we had fun. At least you loosened up a bit, Hanako. Always so serious. Like an afternoon toad.
All right. I'll try to be less serious. Just please, don't compare me to a toad anymore. Okay, girls. Now, I expect you to bring me some flowers for the shop as an apology for the injuries I got from dancing.
No problem. We were going to suggest bringing you flowers anyway. Let us help you clean up.
It's okay, I'll manage. Thanks for cheering me up, but I've got to get back to work.
Bye, neighbor. Don't forget, we'll be back soon. And don't forget to feed your relationship. Bye, Hanako.
Are you open?
Greetings. Yes, of course. Welcome to the HanakosFlowerShop. How can I help?
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. My name is Kana. I'd like to get a bouquet for my friend Naomi.
Wonderful. Is she celebrating a special occasion?
Rather the opposite. She was in a crash. She's currently in the hospital awaiting surgery. I want Naomi to see the flowers in a vase beside her when she wakes up.
Oh, no. I hope she wakes up as soon as possible.
Thank you for being so compassionate. I can't help her right now, but I still want her to feel my support.
It's nice to have friends who don't leave you during difficult times.
Yeah.
What kind of flowers do you want for the bouquet? If you don't know, then no worries. Tell me about the feelings you want to express, and I'll take it from there.
It'll be hard for me to put it all into words, but I'll try. First of all, I want Naomi to always remember I'm with her, and that will never change. Never. I'm very sad about such a tragedy happening to her. She must be so scared. But whatever happens, I'll stay by her side, supporting her and helping in any way I can. When I was in a tough spot, Naomi always stayed close to me. She helped me with her characteristic strength, toughness, and tranquility. It may sound naive, but I believe we can get through this dark period of her life together, and all will be well again. I'm sorry. This must all sound like rambling, right?
No, not at all. On the contrary, I'm glad you've explained it so well. Not everyone can share something so personal with a complete stranger.
Thank you. So, is that enough, or do you think you need anything else?
Should be enough. Wait a moment, please. No, it's not right. Something is off. What if I replaced this flower with this one? There, and done.
Thank you. I hope these flowers help, even slightly.
Grandpa says that flowers always help, even if it's just a tiny bit. They don't fix any problems by themselves, but they give us the strength we need to keep fighting.
Really? If that's the case, I'll have to come back multiple times.
Of course you should. Even if you're not buying, please return just to look at these beauties.
But that seems unfair.
No, it's all right. I'd be glad to see you again and hear about Naomi getting better.
Okay. Yes, I'll be back then. Thanks again. And see you later.
See you, Miss Kana.
Hello, Hanako.
Mr. Tsukamoto! Nice to see you. Come in. How are you?
I'm alright. Chugging along. Yep.
Better than ever. How was your date?
I can tell you that my optimism was misplaced. She was a sophisticated, pretty girl, just like I was told. But something didn't We are very different people. You couldn't couple us together no matter how hard you tried. You would fall apart like a sandcastle built out of dust. I decided to start the conversation with something simple and asked how she decided to become a flight attendant. Tell me, Hanako, what kind of answer would you expect?
To travel, probably? To make other people's journeys pleasant?
I was naive enough to think so too, but the answer was completely different. She just liked the uniform. Ah, shucks, it's so cute, she said.
Really?
Really? I can imagine how lucky the firemen must feel that their uniforms aren't cute. They would have a very different roster.
But there's nothing wrong with liking cute clothes, right?
You're right, Hanako. There isn't. But for me, personally, it is rather difficult to build a relationship with someone who makes important decisions, regarding their job, for example, like this. She's a really nice girl, but she's very focused on people's looks as well as her own. I'm a tad too old for that kind of stuff. I need a friend, a partner, not a trophy or a trinket. But she loved the flowers, by the way.
I'm glad to have helped. But I'm sorry your date didn't bring you the joy you were looking for. As Grandpa says, the important thing is to learn and try again.
That's why I came to you, Hanako. To try again.
A new date?
A new date!
I'm ready.
Ready? For what? You'll be my date this time?
Oh, well, no, of course.
You leave my granddaughter alone, you old gigolo!
Whoa, calm down there, Asaoka. Wouldn't even think about disturbing your granddaughter.
Tell me about the date. I'm ready to compose the bouquet.
This time, Mother's setting me up with a girl she hasn't even met yet. I know a little about her, and what I do know, well, it would probably be better if I didn't know it. Mother says she's sufficiently attractive, not that dumb, and only needs a man who won't be lazy. I'm not lazy, am I?
Of course you're not lazy.
That's what I thought. So, I've decided to try. I don't know about not that dumb, but sufficiently attractive is enough for me. Pretty dolls don't make good wives.
I understand, Mr. Tsukamoto. But if you know so little about the girl, I'll have to ask you again to tell me about your own feelings and expectations for this date. Otherwise, the bouquet won't have the necessary personality.
Yes, I remember. Well, I would like to say that this time, I'm not focused on physical beauty, but rather something completely different. One date with a gorgeous lady was enough, so let this woman be humble and a little shy. I want the date to be nice and quiet this time, without any misunderstandings or conflict. I'm ready to go away empty-handed again, but I really don't want to regret this date. And I want us to show mutual respect. I've got a faint hope we can at least become friends.
I support you wholeheartedly, but let me compose a nice bouquet first. Wait a moment, please. Here's the bouquet for your lady, Mr. Tsukamoto. May your conversation blossom into joy and mutual understanding.
Thank you, Hanako. For my part, I'll try to make the date turn out true to your words. See you later.
I'll be awaiting your next visit. That's all for today, my sweet flower shop. I will go rest, and you should as well. Good morning. A good night's sleep. Now it's time for work.
Hanako! I'm here!
Hi, Aya. Where is Sayuri?
She's at the bakery helping out her parents.
Oh, why aren't you helping too? Did you run away from them?
How dare you say something so silly about me, neighbor? How could a conscientious hard worker like myself ever run away from her duties? The whole bakery is only still standing thanks to me and my responsible efforts.
Ah, yes. How could I forget the time you helped your father bake some buns with buttons accidentally inside them?
I came here under honest pretenses to say hi to my beloved neighbor, but here you are teasing me. Ugh. Oh well. Those buns were delicious, by the way.
They were really good. Just not the button part.
What am I going to do with you?
Oh, Aya, you do know that I'm just joking, right?
Well, I'm just joking with you, too. You've got to loosen up a bit, Hanako. You're always walking on eggshells. Anyway, I'm here on business as usual. Wanted to ask you how you're doing on flowers. Do you still have enough? If not, I'll go gather some and bring them to you as soon as I can.
Thank you, Aya. That would be very kind of you. It never hurts to have more flowers available.
Got it. If you need flowers, then flowers you will have. Leave it to me.
Thank you again.
See ya, neighbor. I'll swing by later. Maybe I'll even bring my troublemaker sister along.
I'm always happy to see you both.
Cheers, Hanako!
Hi, Mickey.
I'm on a top secret, highest priority mission from the bunnies.
Ooh, intriguing. Tell me about this mission.
The short version is, we're in trouble.
And the long version?
Do you remember Yuki, the girl I told you about? Gosh, what am I saying? You must already know about her. Yuki Oda, first generation, a real veteran of our trade.
Ah, yes, I remember. The girl who sang at night. Did something happen to her?
Well, she's very talented and exceptionally cute, and she sends the boys into a frenzy. But as I said, Sometimes she's picky. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to badmouth her. It's just, everyone has their flaws, right?
You bet.
Yeah, so she's acting up. She really likes getting flowers for the fans, but when our group first formed, we didn't have many of them, so she didn't always get a bouquet. I haven't seen it myself, but the girls say she gets really sad when no one sends her flowers. Much more than a regular person would over something like that. So, her friends tricked her. They made up a secret admirer who supposedly sends her flowers every time she doesn't get any.
How cunning.
What can I say? Feminine wiles. Well, you get it.
No, I don't. I'm not wily.
Hanako, you would make a great idol. Sweet, beautiful, and honest. Oh my, looks like I'm becoming a fan.
All right, enough. Whew, let's get back to Yuki.
So then, the girls made up an admirer who always sends flowers to Yuki. Oh, I mean they made up a female fan, not a guy. That's important. Idols can't have romantic relationships. It could damage the brand. But that's a different story. The problem is that the lady who makes those bouquets moved to another city, but we only found out today. It would take too long to contact her and have her send the flowers, and poor Yuki would be so sad and crabby the entire time until it got here. Hanako, please help.
I don't mind helping, but do you really still need this made-up fan? I mean, your group is hugely popular. Yuki must be getting a dozen bouquets after every performance.
That's true, I guess, but she got attached. She thinks this fan has been supporting her since the start of her career. We wanted to stop, but when Yuki doesn't get the flowers for a while, she starts to worry and act up. Please, Hanako, we need your help.
All right, don't worry. Just tell me what kind of flowers you usually give her, and I'll put something together. I hope it's nothing too exotic.
The girls would make up little stories, give them to the florist, and she would make the bouquets based on those. When Yuki got the flowers, she would run off to her room, lock the door, and study the meaning of each flower until she understood the whole message behind them. Then she would come out and proudly inform us that she had deciphered another message from her mysterious fan. Frankly, those messages had little in common with the actual stories, but at least figuring them out stopped Yuki from acting up. She seemed happy, so we never gave it a second thought. It seemed to genuinely lift her spirits.
You girls are hilarious. I bet it would be a blast to spend a few days with you. Looks like you have plenty of adventures.
Certainly. Oh, before I forget, let me tell you the story we came up with.
All right, I'm listening.
No, I'd better read it. The girls wrote it down for me so that I wouldn't mess it up. Hold on a sec. Got it. Here goes. My mentor, a kind and modest woman, was very nostalgic for her hometown, where she spent her youth. I always found this surprising, as she had experienced loss and all-consuming helplessness there. When I mustered up the courage to ask her about it, she answered with a smile on her face. There were difficult times in my life, yes. But when I remember the me from that time, I have no regrets, nor do I yearn to go back and do things differently. I feel strong and motivated to move forward because I've already been through the worst. I had the courage to take each blow with a fortitude that is so rare these days. Maybe there were things I should have done differently, but I'm content with how I fared. I didn't succumb to short-lived emotions or look for an easy way out. No. I gritted my teeth and made my way toward that faint light at the end of the long tunnel, and for that, I'm proud. I'm proud because eventually I emerged from everything, and then I saw a vast field of red poppies stretching to the horizon. The end. Well?
I have to say, it's not what I expected. Sounds more like a fragment of someone's biography, doesn't it?
Hanako, I have no idea where the girls got it from. I wouldn't be surprised if you were right. Don't worry, though. Even if it sounds boring, you can count on Yuki to twist the meaning beyond recognition. Nobody would think it's from some book.
I don't know Yuki personally, but from what you told me, it seems likely. Well, this should be enough. Now I need a minute to think.
I dare not distract the artist. brilliant! Hanako, you're like a magic fairy! Thank you. You helped us get out of a bind. Phew.
You're welcome. It was interesting. I've never worked with stories like that before.
Things with us are never boring, that's for sure. Okay, gotta go. Bye!
Bye, Mickey. Good luck. I will take a small break.
Clear skies are expected in evening, offering plenty of sunshine to enjoy. The sunshine won't be the only star. Night brings a cloudless sky, perfect for moonlit walks. Steady rain showers mark this morning with overcast skies above. As evening progresses, showers are likely to refresh the air. A tranquil night is ahead, with open skies revealing a sparkling canopy of stars.
Hello, Hanako?
Welcome to our flower shop.
Let me steal a bunch of flowers from you for the next charming bouquet.
No stealing on my watch.
I kid, of course. I'm a wealthy lady. I can afford a nice bouquet with my hard-earned money.
That's wonderful. Flowers are something you cannot forgo, no matter what. It'd be like refusing the earth beneath your feet. Did I say something wrong?
How curious. If the earth is beneath our feet, then it's a great gift. The mother of all life, the provider. One has to respect and protect her. But if a piece of it gets on your hand, leg, face, or, worse, clothes, then suddenly the glorious and majestic earth becomes disgusting dirt that you need to clean off as soon as possible.
I don't know what you mean, to be honest.
See, Hanako, I recently somewhat, annoyed my boss, who was kind enough to offer me the role of a show host to save his neck from the guillotine of audience judgment.
What did you do?
Really, Hanako? Do I look like a rebellious schoolgirl?
Not like a schoolgirl.
But rebellious.
A little bit.
Can't hide anything from you. If we're gonna talk about it, I really didn't do anything extraordinary. Yes, I played the wrong piece once, but is it my fault that the only thing my honorable boss knows about songs is that they're cool and trendy? Yes, I had a guest once, and I was supposed to talk to interview him, but instead, I gestured a greeting and started playing. It's a music show, for heaven's sake, where the viewers can liven up their routines by hearing me play. Why would they want to listen to me talking to some old maestro about whatever? Yes, once. Okay, twice I played while making a hideous face, but it's not my fault. They made me perform something that sounded downright awful.
What a fanciful person you are, Miss Arisugawa.
Right? Such an adult woman behaving like a spoiled girly. But this girly wants to do something useful and, hopefully, pleasant for all the poor TV crew who are too afraid to make a single move without a script telling them what to do. I've already tried using music to challenge things, but it's like the ears of every one of the TV crew have been mangled by bears. And if the violin doesn't work, then I'll have to bring out my secret weapon. This time, you'll be my violin.
I'm ready, but the only thing I can help you with is flowers.
That's great. Exactly what I need. Compose me a bouquet, but not for me to apologize. I might have done some things that they deemed strange and unacceptable, but I don't regret anything. And I'm not sorry. The employees of Playing the Soul Strings are mainly very tired people who lost all their passion on the way to making something beautiful. Show them I've got loads of passion and a thirst for life. So much, in fact, that I can even share with them, if asked nicely. Yes, we have a contract, so there are certain things I have to do. And yes, sometimes I follow those requirements rather loosely. Or very loosely, even. If there's one thing I'm grateful for, it's the fact they let me push boundaries, even if they scold me for it. But at some point, I realize that I feel sorry for them. I'm free, unburdened, unshackled, held back by nothing. I genuinely try to adhere to their rules, but my first priority is adhering to my own views and ideals. especially those about embracing freedom and finding harmony with everything around us. Sometimes things happen, and I'm bitter about them, but I don't get sad or start a conflict with anyone. And I don't try to change the world to make it how I want it to be. I just accept things the way they are.
You've told me a lot, Miss Arisugawa. So much that I already want to be more like you.
That's the best thing you could have said. Did I share enough with you to make a bouquet?
I think so. Unless you want to add anything.
I do. I want them to see my beauty. Not on the outside, that is obvious, but on the inside. And to understand that the source of this beauty is calm, freedom, and a complete lack of anxiety. And that's all. Dear Hanako, I shall now seal my lips and let the maestro work.
The maestro is ready to begin. But she'll need some time, so the audience will have to wait for a bit. The maestro's creation is done.
Let's see what you've come up with. You know, jokes aside, I can almost hear how these flowers sound. Exactly what I need. Thank you, dear Hanako. You didn't let me down as expected.
Thank you for trusting me again. Oh, I also wanted to ask you about the girl you mentioned last time.
Ah, Suzume? She's alright. She's running around with her girlfriends like the tornado she is. I caught her in the middle of some game with her neighbor, so I didn't want to talk her ear off. I reminded her about who I was and said I had a gift for her. She was happy, said the flowers were pretty. Then she went back to playing after a bit. Looks like I was way more worried about her situation than she was.
It's nice that everything ended well, and thank you for telling me. I was slightly worried about her too.
No reason to worry. Everything's alright. Well, it's time for me to leave your flower palace, but I'll definitely visit again.
Can't wait. Good luck. That's all for today, my sweet flower shop. I will go rest, and you should as well.